In the hip-hop world, legal battles and incarcerations often overshadow the music and fame, and sometimes rappers end up in jail for really shocking reasons. But why did they end up rotting in jail in the first place? Here are 15 rappers who committed heinous crimes and are now suffering the consequences in prison. Number 15. Tory Lanez, Daystar Peterson. Tory Lanez, born Daystar Peterson, faced serious legal repercussions following an incident involving Megan Thee Stallion. On July 12, 2020, Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion, and Megan's former friend, Kelsey Nicole Harris, were in a vehicle in Los Angeles when an altercation occurred. The dispute escalated, resulting in Megan getting shot in both of her feet. The shooting trial of Tory Lanez brought forward questions about his involvement in the shooting. Despite his defense team's efforts to cast doubt, the jury found Lanez guilty of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and negligent discharge of a firearm. These convictions led to Lanez facing a maximum potential sentence of 22 years in prison. However, he was sentenced to 10 years for his actions. The next disgraced rapper on our list was caught with drugs, and a whole lot of them. Number 14. Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap, whose real name is Willie Maxwell II, was sentenced to 6 years in prison for his involvement in drug trafficking. The charges stemmed from a large-scale operation that distributed more than 100 kilograms of narcotics, including heroin, fentanyl, cocaine, and crack cocaine, across the New York City area. Fetty Wap was one of 6 individuals implicated in this operation. His arrest and subsequent incarceration marked a significant downturn in his career, transitioning from a celebrated artist known for hits like Trap Queen to a convicted felon facing serious time behind bars. The legal proceedings revealed the depth of his involvement in the drug trade, showcasing the dangerous contrast between his public persona as a musician and his activities outside of music. Speaking of danger, the next rapper on our list was messing around on the streets and with gang members. Number 13. Young Thug. Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, is a prominent rapper facing severe legal challenges. He was arrested on numerous gang-related charges, including conspiracy to commit murder. These charges stem from his alleged involvement with the Young Slime Life, or YSL, gang, which prosecutors claim is a violent criminal street gang. The indictment against Young Thug and several co-defendants includes accusations of murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, and participation in criminal street gang activity. The legal documents assert that Young Thug's music and social media were used to promote YSL's gang activities and to communicate about criminal operations. The case is significant due to its scope and the implications for Young Thug's career. The charges suggest that his artistic persona and music are intertwined with alleged criminal activities, raising questions about the intersection of art and legality. Number 12. 6ix9ine, Daniel Hernandez. Although he is free at the time of this video, some say it's just a matter of time. Daniel Hernandez, known as 6ix9ine or Tekashi 6ix9ine, is a controversial figure in the music industry, primarily due to his legal troubles intertwined with his rap career. Recently, Hernandez was arrested in the Dominican Republic on charges of domestic violence. This incident took place in Santo Domingo, where he was detained in a local jail. The arrest occurred after authorities were alerted to an alleged assault involving Hernandez and his girlfriend, who's also a Dominican rapper known as Yailin. This was not Hernandez's first legal issue in the Dominican Republic. He was previously arrested for assaulting a local music producer. In the United States, Hernandez has a complex legal history, including accusations of engaging with a violent gang, the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods, for personal vendettas. His cooperation with law enforcement in the case against this gang led to a reduced sentence, significantly impacting his public image and safety, evidenced by an assault he suffered in Florida in 2023. Regarding his latest arrest for domestic violence, Hernandez faced a court hearing where Judge Fatima Veloz granted him conditional release. The conditions set by the judge included a $510 deposit, mandatory government counseling, and bi-monthly check-ins with authorities until the conclusion of the investigation. Protective orders were issued for both parties involved in the case. Hernandez's attorney, Waldo Pimentel, claimed that the evidence against his client was fabricated, indicating a contentious legal process ahead. The case highlights Hernandez's ongoing legal challenges and their impact on his career and personal life. The next rapper on our list got busted by the law after he got involved with abusing firearms. Number 11. Blueface. In January 2024, rapper Blueface, legally named Jonathan Porter, voluntarily returned to jail due to a probation violation. His manager, Whack 100, and mother, Carlissa Saffold, confirmed his incarceration through social media post. The violation relates to two separate incidents involving Jaden Alexis and Krishan Rock, both of whom are connected to Blueface personally and allegedly played roles in the events leading to his legal issues. Blueface's probation came from a 2022 incident in Las Vegas, where he was convicted for his involvement in a shooting outside a strip club. Following a guilty plea, he was sentenced to 3 years of probation in October 2023. Conditions of his probation included abstaining from drug and alcohol use, avoiding possession of weapons, not contacting the victim, and staying away from the location of the shooting. Additionally, Blueface was ordered to pay $13 million in damages to SG Enterprises, which operated the Euphoric Gentlemen's Club, where the incident took place. Due to non-compliance, an additional $1.3 million in interest was added to his financial obligations. Like Blueface, the next rapper on our list had issues because of misusing firearms as well. Number 10. Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams. Pooh Shiesty, whose real name is Lontrell Williams, received a sentence of 5 years and 3 months in prison after being convicted of conspiracy to possess a firearm in connection to a violent and drug trafficking crime. This sentencing occurred on April 20th, following a plea deal with federal prosecutors that led to a reduction in his sentence. As part of the agreement, Williams pled guilty to the firearm conspiracy charge, and in return, prosecutors dismissed 3 additional charges, one of which included a more severe accusation of Shiesty discharging the firearm himself. The conviction stems from an incident in October 2020 at the Landon Hotel in Bar Harbor Islands, Florida. Williams, alongside 2 accomplices, was involved in a botched deal to purchase marijuana and high-end sneakers, which escalated into a shooting, injuring the sellers. Both victims of the shooting survived the encounter. Initially, Williams faced 4 charges related to the incident, including discharging a firearm and robbery under the Federal Hobbs Act. Before the case could proceed to trial in October, Williams opted for a plea agreement. Williams has been in custody for a year since his indictment in June, which the judge considered in his sentencing. With potential credit for good behavior, Williams might be eligible for release in approximately 3.5 years. Cold-blooded murder is the reason for our next rapper's incarceration. Number 9. Tay K. Tamor Trevon McIntyre. Tamor Trevon McIntyre, known as Tay K, is an American rapper who gained notoriety for his song The Race and his subsequent legal issues. Born on the 16th of June 2000 in Long Beach, California, McIntyre moved to Arlington, Texas during his childhood. He dropped out of high school to pursue a rap career, starting with the Daytona Boys group before embarking on a solo career. In July 2016, McIntyre was involved in a home invasion in Mansfield, Texas, that resulted in the death of 21-year-old Ethan Walker. McIntyre, then 16, faced capital murder charges. He fled house arrest in March 2017, leading to a nationwide manhunt that ended with his capture in New Jersey in June 2017. While on the run, he released The Race, which references his evasion of law enforcement and peaked at number 44 on the Billboard Hot 100. In July 2019, McIntyre was convicted of murder and sentenced to 55 years in prison. He also received sentences for aggravated robbery to be served concurrently. Additionally, McIntyre faced charges for a second murder in San Antonio, Texas, related to the 2017 death of Mark Anthony Saldivar, with that case pending as of November 2019. While in jail, McIntyre has been involved in various incidents and faced additional charges, including possession of a prohibited item and involvement in creating a prison gang. His music and legal battles have sparked debates about the intersection of youth, race, and justice. McIntyre's case has also led to lawsuits against him and his record labels for benefiting from his notoriety. As of now, he remains imprisoned. If there's someone with extreme multiple charges, it's this next rapper on our list. Number 8. Billy Wild Bill Schaefer Jr. Billy Wild Bill Schaefer Jr., also known as Billy Bankroll, is a California rapper caught in serious legal troubles following a violent incident outside an Oakland nightclub on October 1, 2014. During a confrontation over a gold chain, Schaefer shot and killed Connie M. Souls. He claimed self-defense during the altercation, which significantly influenced the jury's decision in his trial. Despite the self-defense claim, Schaefer faced charges of first-degree murder, second-degree murder, and voluntary manslaughter. The jury, however, acquitted him of these charges but found him guilty of lesser charges, including involuntary manslaughter, using a firearm during the commission of a felony, and being a felon in possession of a firearm. These convictions led to Schaefer receiving a 13-year prison sentence. But Schaefer is not the only disgraced rapper with murder charges. Number 7. K-Flock, Kevin Perez. K-Flock, whose real name is Kevin Perez, is a Bronx rapper who was arrested on December 23rd on a first-degree murder charge. The arrest relates to the shooting death of a 24-year-old man in Manhattan on December 16th. At the time of his arrest, K-Flock was 18 years old. Alongside the murder charge, he faces 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree. Upon learning of the warrant for his arrest, K-Flock, accompanied by his attorney, Scott E. Lehman, surrendered to detectives at the 30th Precinct. Lehman has stated that they've initiated their investigation into the allegations. He highlighted a significant disclosure from the district attorney's office, indicating that the NYPD had received a tip suggesting another individual was the shooter. Lehman has called for the DA's office to provide immediate access to the videos mentioned in the complaint and more information about this tip. K-Flock's legal representation is exploring all options, including bail, after reviewing the discovery documents and further investigating the DA's disclosure. The rapper had recently gained attention with his single Being Honest and its subsequent remix featuring G Herbo. These tracks are part of K-Flock's debut project, the DOA tape, released via Capitol Records in November. A court appearance for K-Flock took place on January 4th, with another scheduled for February 10th. The case is developing and the legal process is ongoing, with K-Flock's legal team actively working on his defense and addressing the serious charges he faces. And like Schaefer and Flock, the next rapper follows the same path, especially when murder is his rapper name. Number 6. C. Murder, Corey Miller. Corey Miller, known by his stage name C. Murder, remains imprisoned following the upholding of his life sentence by a federal judge. Miller was convicted in 2009 for the first-degree murder of 16-year-old Stephen Thomas at a Louisiana nightclub in 2002. Despite attempts to appeal the conviction, the recent ruling by District Judge Sarah Vance has maintained the verdict. In 2018, 2 key witnesses, Darnell and Kenneth Jordan, recanted their testimonies, which had previously implicated Miller in the murder. They alleged that their initial statements were coerced by police, a claim the authorities denied. However, the state trial court in January 2019 and subsequently Judge Vance deemed these recantations unreliable due to inconsistencies and falsehoods, thus finding them insufficient to overturn Miller's conviction. The case continues to attract attention, with Miller's attorney, Jane Hogan, pursuing further appeals. Hogan has expressed disappointment over the recent decision but remains hopeful, indicating that an appeal to the Fifth Circuit Court is underway. Additionally, Miller has a pending state court petition asserting his factual innocence, which his legal team is optimistic will eventually be granted a hearing. Miller's case has gotten a lot of public and celebrity advocacy, notably from Kim Kardashian West, who has voiced support for revisiting his conviction. Despite these efforts, Miller's legal battles continue as he serves his life sentence, with his legal team committed to pursuing every possible avenue to challenge his conviction and seek justice. With the next rapper on our list, it doesn't get darker and more disturbing than this. Number 5. Young QC. Kawamane Wilson. Kawamane Wilson, known as the aspiring rapper Young QC, was sentenced to 99 years in prison for orchestrating the murder of his mother, Yolanda Holmes, a successful salon owner in Uptown. At the age of 23, Wilson hired a hitman, Eugene Spencer, who received a 100-year sentence to carry out the heinous act. The motivation behind the murder was financial gain. After his mother's death, Wilson accessed her bank accounts, liquidating her assets to fund his lavish lifestyle and attempt to establish a music career. He was known to flaunt his wealth, notably in a YouTube video where he was seen distributing cash to an assembled crowd, claiming they were his fans. The crime unfolded when Spencer, following Wilson's orders, went to Holmes' apartment and shot her while she slept. The attack didn't end there. After a physical fight with Holmes' boyfriend, Spencer returned to stab Holmes, ensuring her death, upon Wilson's insistence. This brutal act was a result of a calculated plan devised by Wilson to inherit his mother's estate. During the sentencing, Cook County Judge Stanley Sachs highlighted the egregious nature of the crime, emphasizing the betrayal and premeditation involved. Wilson, who received extensive financial and emotional support from his mother throughout his life, showed little emotion when the sentence was pronounced, only offering a brief comment on his relationship with his mother. Some rappers didn't let the height of their success deter them from making bad moves. This is the case with the next rapper. Number 4. R. Kelly. Robert Sylvester Kelly, known as R. Kelly, born on the 8th of January 1967 in Chicago, is an American singer, songwriter, and record producer with a career tainted by legal issues. He gained fame in the 90s with hits like I Believe I Can Fly and Ignition, and is recognized for his significant influence in R&B and hip-hop music. Despite his success, Kelly's career has been overshadowed by numerous legal battles, particularly involving allegations of sexual abuse of minors. In 2021 and 2022, Kelly faced federal convictions on charges including racketeering and sex trafficking, leading to a 31-year prison sentence. These convictions came after years of allegations and legal proceedings, highlighting a disturbing pattern of abuse and exploitation. The 2019 documentary Surviving R. Kelly brought renewed attention to these allegations, contributing to public outcry and legal action. Kelly's early life in Chicago's Ida B. Wells home and his experiences with abuse and trauma played a significant role in his life and career. Murder seemed to be the one thing on this next rapper's mind. Number 3. YNW Melly, Jamel Demons. Jamel Maurice Demons, known as YNW Melly, is an American rapper who gained fame with his 2018 single Murder on My Mind. Born on the 1st of May 1999 in Gifford, Florida, he faced a challenging upbringing, joining the Bloods gang early and encountering legal issues as a teenager. Despite these challenges, Melly's music career advanced with the release of his mixtapes I Am You and We All Shine, achieving commercial success. Melly's life took a drastic turn in February 2019 when he was arrested and charged with 2 counts of premeditated murder involving the deaths of fellow YNW members Sack Chaser and Juvie. The case attracted significant attention, partly due to the eerie thematic parallels with his hit song. Despite his incarceration, Melly's music continued to resonate, with Melly vs. Melvin and Just a Matter of Slime, released during his time in jail, showing substantial streaming numbers. In the legal arena, Melly's first trial for the double murder ended in a hung jury in July 2023, with a retrial anticipated. Additionally, he's implicated in the 2017 murder of a sheriff's deputy, adding to his legal troubles. Imagine stabbing and murdering a man just for existing on the streets. That's what got the next rapper in jail. Number 2. Kid Creole, Nathaniel Glover. Nathaniel Glover, born on February 19, 1960 in the Bronx, New York, is known by the stage name Kid Creole. He gained prominence as a member of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, a pioneering group in old-school hip-hop, alongside his brother Melly Mel. In 1978, Glover, adopting the name Kid Creole, and his brother joined Grandmaster Flash's group, contributing to its evolution into a leading hip-hop ensemble. They recorded several tracks between 1980 and 1983, including the influential song The Message. However, internal tensions and disputes over royalties led to Glover leaving the band in 1983. He attempted a solo career and occasional reunions with the group, but success was limited. Glover's later years were marked by legal troubles, including arrest for firearm and knife possession. In August 2017, Glover stabbed John Jolly, a homeless man in Manhattan, claiming self-defense due to perceived sexual advances. Security footage showed an altercation, leading to Glover's arrest and charge with murder. In April 2022, he was convicted of first-degree manslaughter, as the judge ruled Glover's self-defense claim invalid because Jolly was unarmed. Glover was sentenced to 16 years in prison and 5 years of supervision in May 2022, marking a significant fall from his pioneering status in hip-hop to incarceration. Last but not least, the next rapper on our list was jailed for a series of crimes that were both gruesome and unimaginably dark. Number 1. Big Lurch, Antron Singleton. Antron Singleton, born on September 15, 1976 in Dallas, Texas, is known by his stage name Big Lurch. He began his career in the music industry as a member of the hip-hop group Cosmic Slopshop, with whom he released the album To Family in 1998. After the group disbanded in 1999, Singleton pursued a solo career, releasing his only album, It's All Bad, in 2004. His career was abruptly halted in 2002 due to a gruesome crime. On April 10, 2002, Singleton murdered 21-year-old Tanisha Sace, his roommate, in Los Angeles, California. The crime scene was horrific. Sace's chest was torn open, her lungs were removed, and bite marks were found on her body. Human flesh from Sace was discovered in Singleton's stomach. It was reported that Singleton and the victim's boyfriend had consumed PCP prior to the murder. Singleton was found naked and bloodied, exhibiting bizarre behavior when apprehended. Singleton was convicted of murder and aggravated mayhem in June 2003 and sentenced to life in prison without parole on November 7, 2003. His defense's plea of insanity attributed to PCP-induced psychosis was rejected by the court. The ruling emphasized that drug intoxication does not justify or excuse the crime committed. In the aftermath, Sace's mother filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Singleton, his associates, and record labels, alleging they encouraged his violent behavior to enhance his gangsta rap persona. Singleton is currently serving his sentence at Kern Valley State Prison in Kern County. From drug trafficking to premeditated murder, these rappers' lives took dark turns that overshadowed their music careers. But anyone can turn for the worse at any point in time. If you think that's intense, wait till you see the shocking tales of lottery winners who ended up in jail. Click the link to uncover more jaw-dropping stories.